caught up in the back and forth. Can't believe the Cosby, yeah, I mean 40%. The SanDisk and MU are still getting wrecked, and SpaceX is still holding. There's a lot of bleeding here. Another top tick on Microsoft. Another top tick on Microsoft. Another set of block came out the story of Ohio. Keep them coming, baby. Keep them coming. Keep on destroying them, baby. 27.9. We have liquidity down to 74.37 on yes, NASDAQ has got liquidity at 950, but not doing much. Not doing much. Call buying and put selling across the board. Everything is getting bottoming so far. We are hanging out smack dab in the middle of the range on NASDAQ. Smack dab in the middle. If they can reach this area right here, we can finally get a move down to the overnight low position, and we will try to make something happen. You just closing over 74.61. We get free to see for options. Yeah, buddy. No sound for me. Any ideas? Probably have to restart your Discord. Discord does that sometimes. ES has the overnight low at 74.30. Watch out for that. Now, on days like today, Fomc, I don't expect too much extension before the Fomc event. If they do decide to trend into the event, the 2 o'clock event, I will look to counter that hard into the late morning time frame. And then what they'll do is that, let's say they decide to downtrend this in the morning. Let's say they do that. I'll look to bounce it late morning, sometime about 11 o'clock or so. Ride that bounce into the 1400 Eastern time frame, and then close out all positions and go flat into the actual data posting. FOMC data posting is at 2 o'clock Eastern, and then Warsh begins to speak at 2:30 Eastern time. Reminder, if you have a take profit trader funded or live account, you cannot trade the 1400 news post. It's a prohibited event. So 1 minute before and 1 minute after, you cannot hold positions or have any open orders on a funded or live account. Evals are safe. I do intend to trade IBKR a little more aggressively today. I've had a lot of success with TPT, and I've been funneling a lot into my IBKR. And I will, yeah, be doing a little bit of IBKR today. I tend to do a lot more IBKR on data postings like this than I do prop firms, simply because of drawdowns, volatility, and stuff like that. I keep position sizes nice and small in the prop firms and trade my normal stuff on IBKR. Allows me to be a little bit more nimble without the worries of drawdown. S&P multiple bottom wicks right here. No 3Cs yet. Options are quite bullish. You also trade minis and IBKR? I do. I will trade some micros sometimes, but I do trade minis. A little bit of a bottom wick. A little bit of a bottom wick. Ooh, it's gonna win out. Let's go, buyer just holding. We need to get over about NASDAQ needs to claim over about 911, 915 or so, and then we'll have the receipt back up. But so far, pretty contained open so far, especially compared to what we've been getting this week. Hanging out right here, 27,880, 27,875. We got to get over about 811 or so, 815. Multiple bottom wicks in this area, so that does look like a cumulative price action. We have call buying, put selling on the S&P. NASDAQ is not really playing games here. We can get this bottom wick to hold and get over here. I'm going to consider a long position back up, but I need to see first. Patience has rewarded me very well this week. Very well. It's been a pretty low stress week for me, simply because of patience. Patience pays you, baby. Patience pays you. NASDAQ looks like it wants to sweep to 840, which is why you need a higher high to go long. You need a higher high to go long. There's zero liquidity on the NASDAQ. Incredibly light liquidity book here. ES has 74.75. But another bottom wick on NASDAQ. That is now 6 minutes worth of bottom wicks here. We still have to get over about 9, oh man, what's that, 910, 908 officially? Otherwise, no 3C long. Pulled the data on my trade, 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 is an 80% win rate. 8:30 and beyond is 30%. You finally reached this kid. How do I reach these keys? Nicely done, Phil. Doing a little analysis. See it. That's why trading, logging your trades is an extraordinary tool. It teaches you a lot. And you learn to exploit and sniff out weaknesses when you begin to log the data of your system. Instead of just white knuckling your system, logging all your trades, you'll be able to determine when you're doing things right, when you're doing things wrong. And bonus points for those who put in a journal entry for emotions in your trading log. July 29th, I had a bad day. I just woke up and I felt emotional. Still can't get over 911 here. If we're going to try to do it, this entry in 911 should be explosive. Right here. There we go. We do it. Boom. There it is. Instantaneous. You see that close over that? An instantaneous 40 points. Instantaneous 40 points. It's extraordinary. Once you got the 3C, boom. Gigantic. The old trickle down again. July 29th. The explosive. Oh my gosh. Just want to see what the.
Why is this delayed?
Pacific time. How do I reach these keys? Aggressive call buying, put selling. Let's look at the S&P. They popped there again. We're still smack dab in the middle. I don't recommend selling short-dated options today simply because the premium is going to remain inflated until about 1,400. You'll still be able to make a little bit of money, of course, if you run on directional, but the data is not going to roll off as much as you'd like. So just be careful shorting premium today. Tory trades 250K drawdown. What can I learn about the 3C? New subscriber. What's up, Tory trades 250K drawdown? Where you can learn about the 3Cs, by the way, welcome. You can ask questions here, or I have 4 different YouTube videos that are free to watch on my YouTube channel. The first one is a summary video, and the next 3 are deep dives into each criteria. So pretty simple stuff. All I'm doing is looking for wicks, volume, and then higher, higher, lower, low. That's it. On longer time frames, I track volume on the 1 minute, and then a firm price action on the 5 minute and beyond. 2 to 5 minute and beyond. We have aggressive call buying, put selling still. We're smack dab, middle in the middle. Right here. Claude only thinks I should enter long at the bottom. I am considering, Phil. opening up a Ninja Trader account because I want to be Ninja and connecting Claude to it because I got signed up for the beta where you can connect Claude to your Ninja Trader account and linking everything to deep dive into the system. That would be, I think it would be a fantastic and potentially some YouTube content derived out of that. I might throw 30, 40 grand into some Ninja and just see what I can do. See what I can do with that. That'd be great. A little bit of red coming off here, 27,820. Kind of spooky. What's kind of spooky? The S&P top looks back over. They haven't breached the range yet. NASDAQ. Let's go take a look at some levels. We have this little pivot at 27.8, down here at 27.7, and down here to overnight at 27.641. We'll have liquidity is very light. Of course, the liquidity, the sweeps here on the NASDAQ show you that there's no real gigantic levels here on the order front. You're welcome, Tory Trades. You're welcome. I'm thinking of funding my Webull auto trade one of my cubes. I think that's fantastic. I would love to do that. Using AI to do your future trading scares me. What if it goes full tilt and open your account? Notice it took 1,000 trades. Well, I wouldn't give it access to actually take trades for me until I fully trusted it. But I want to do analysis. Like right now, I need analysis. I need AI to accomplish all that stuff. I want it to go deep dive to see what can it farm from my system that I haven't already farmed. Because I know my weaknesses from time frame. I know my weaknesses from shorting or longing. I'm typically a better long trader than I'm a short unless there's volatility. So like I want to know what can it exploit from the data that I've missed. I don't trust it to actually take the trades yet. I don't want it to go all Skynet on me. It seems like they're going to have to redesign trading if people actually start making money from it. NASDAQ still sliding lower here. We have a high volume bottom wick that occurred at 947. You still need 3 Cs. I have not pinged a trade yet in the server. If anybody in here likes worship music or Christian music, I was working out the other day and I found my Spotify gave me a name on a random just like playlist called Vikings of Christ. If you like some hardcore rock style music, you like it. It's pretty awesome actually. Gets me pumped. The analysis thing is already feasible with the TradingView MCP link I'll send. I'll have to take a look. Stop saying that name, popular trader on YouTube. Oh yeah. Did it take you higher though? Or did it take me higher? All right, still coming off your NASDAQ. I'm waiting my turn. S&P is getting flat, and we have 37.37. Ooh, big red. Missed the Vikings. They no longer at me. NASDAQ coming off hard, 28,000 to 771. That's 130 points. It's almost 300 points, 240 points. On NASDAQ dropping back over. It was interesting yesterday, if you notice like a correlation of tools, when the market started to bottom, we had bottom wicks with volume, which showed support area. We had order flow begin to come in big time, 1,200 loss on the S&P at 7,500, which is way higher. And then the options started to really go skewed bullish. So we had a trifecta of the price action system defining an entry, and then the tools that we're using showing a change of environment, which is a key to change of character. Now we don't have any bullet change of character here at the moment. Everything is pretty weak. Map is not showing anything. We have no high volume bottom wicks that are closing a 3C long here, and no alerted trades yet. I had a brief conversation with my finance guy yesterday. I have an opportunity to invest indirectly in Anthropic like I did with SpaceX and directly with Prometheus, which I don't think I'm going to do. Where are your 3C in-depth videos? I'll get the links for you. NASDAQ still getting clapped all the way over from 852 to 726. We have put selling, put buying here. We have liquidity to 650, a little bit of order flow. Just a little bit of 650. Fomc there, baby. Fomc. No 3Cs, no long yet. All the way down. We almost had a 3C form when we broke over 910, but instantly, the second we breached over it, we instantly got clapped all the way down. So we still do not have a 5-minute 3C on the charts. We have no real outlier volume. We have a couple of little volume inflows here that we're waiting to close. We've got it coming on down. We have the overnight low at 27,640. Dropping back over. I would love a routine to flush us down to that area. Routine, I was thinking about you yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I went over to help my father-in-law do some electrical work on my brother-in-law's house. And he's a plumber. Brother-in-law's a plumber, and father-in-law's an electrician. And gigantic pool house, like 6 barns, massive house. I'm like, man, I should have been a plumber. Should have been a plumber, man. It's crazy. My bread and butter. But he's having a pool bill right now, so they were installing the pool pump. It's crazy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house and beautiful pool. 27,740 dropping, looking for 650. I'm still trying to replace my lost chicken this last 6 months. Buddy. No one told me plumbers make an hourly very comparable to lawyers. All about the tree work. Yeah. So he does new construction plumbing too, so he doesn't even touch the nasty stuff. He doesn't even touch the remnants of Taco Bell, just strict new builds. All right, 27,760 right here. I am looking for my first opportunity. I still don't see an opportunity for a long position yet. Be patient. If you're going to buy the dip on down days, which is perfectly acceptable, I love doing it. Be patient. Can you absorb your FOMO emotions? Take a trade. I touched all the fast stuff for better. I love it. You nasty. You nasty. All right, NASDAQ looks like it wants 600, which is going to be the prior session low, the weekly low level at 602. And then we're coming on down to the overnight low. B Money sharing some trend lines. Nice B Money. I like it. Good up man, a cowboy. It's a great song, no matter. There's nothing to keep your mouth closed when you look up. Ooh, that is nasty. NASDAQ is getting clapped. We're down 950 to 705. That's a 250-point drop since that platform. Long time since on the stream, so much has changed. Heck yeah, man. Claude is changing the game. All the changes you're seeing are because of Claude. It's allowing me to do stuff that I never otherwise could do, at least not without paying someone a tremendous amount of money. And more to come too. I have a lot in the tank that's getting ready to come out. So this is just the quick news stuff. So NASDAQ has liquidity of 650 to 600. Have you asked Claude how to save more money in taxes? I have actually, yes. I'm creating a desktop app that doing all my taxes for me. Of course, I'll back in check it. I'm not going to file it just by Claude, but yeah. NASDAQ is still coming over here. There's no long opportunities yet. No bottom wicks, no higher highs, no volume. Not yet. We need a little bit more confirmation, so don't go catching a falling knife. I've started a side hustle setting small businesses up with some major automations and AI integrations. It's a nice little deal. Nice, JJ. Love it. It's a fantastic idea. We were all screwed if they replaced the IRS with Claude. Yes, we are. There'll be no escaping it. 27,675 is the first target, and then down to 600, still straight down on NASDAQ. Straight down on NASDAQ. Remember, I love seeing extended moves into F1C. This gives me a buy the dip opportunity. It's almost guaranteed that they are going to buy this dip. Heck, you could even start right now placing an MNQ long, and I could almost guarantee that position will be profitable by F1C. This is how far I'm going to continue to have us. That one from the run Oklahoma. Yeah. Yeah, there's the positive. Yeah. I think the IRS needs to create an AI agent calling red coats. Okay, we have a tremendously bullish option chain here. Tremendously bullish options chain. I want to take that back. Bullish, not tremendously bullish. I'll remove the adjective of tremendous, but it is bullish from here. What we don't do. Let's go to the 5 minute. What do we need? The 5-minute 3C needs 753. We don't have a lot of volume yet. I don't have the massive gut feeling yet of a bounce just yet. It's getting close. I've got my entry queued up and ready to go in IBKR. I've typed up and ready into the day trade signal channel. When I enter, you will know. I don't know about that. You're talking uncertainties and the market doesn't reward that. You're 100% correct, sir. You're 100% correct. NASDAQ still bottom linking, still going up. Let me get a 3C. Options are tremendously bullish, trending in that area. We're almost to this area here, almost to that area. I need a little bit more confirmation to give me the confirmation. I need more confirmation to get this area here, almost to that area. I need a little bit more confirmation to give me the confirmation. I need more confirmation to give me the confirmation. Yeah. I need the feeling, the gut feelings to start to build on this chart. Passed it on the eval. Do not recommend scalping on these wishy-washy price action days, locking it out nice. Here we go, big move. The options are building. Options are building. Do we get the price action? I cannot make a decision on the options. I need the price action to tell me right now. It's not the cleanest. Not to say that it's not turning bullish, but it's not the cleanest. The price action will lead the way, just like yesterday. Well done, Walker. Passing another evaluation. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Right here. 27.76. We have a 5-minute bottom wick. Almost there. We're almost there. Just got to be patient. We have a 5-minute bottom wick. Intraday drawdown. Almost there. 3 micros, nice and slow. You can do it. There. If you stick to 1 to 3 micros, that trailing drawdown should not even come into the equation if you're trading TBT. You can do it. Get those daily payouts. You stick to 1 to 3 micros, that trailing drawdown should not even come into the equation if you're trading TBT. Get those daily payouts, take your money, and build your IBKR account. You know what I would do if I were you? I was thinking about this. We do have a high volume spike here. Yeah. 272. Man, the options are so bullish. The options are so bullish. I might take S&P again instead of NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a little bit of choppier. ES, man. God. I might take the S&P again instead of NASDAQ. They both have very similar setups. You look at it, their charts are almost exact, which is weird, considering what the weekly we've had. So I'm going back and forth here. They're almost exact. It's like the algorithms have queued up. They probably went into Claude and said, hey, Claude, can you sync the algorithm for the S&P and NASDAQ today? Created a skill. Why do I love IBKR so much more than other brokers? I just like it, man. It's customizable. It's instantaneous fills. It looks cool. I like that. It looks like an actual tool, not just a software game. I don't know. I like it. What do you think about the new stock features that just launched? I think they're pretty good. I mean, whatever. I don't have anything against them. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see where they take us. I'm very every time they create a new product like that, I'm very cautious about the intent. Usually when the market creates a product like that, it's because they see an opportunity to farm. Still going, a little bit of bounce coming up. We're almost on that 3C. We're right on top of the 3C. Right on top of it. Right on top of you. And that NVIDIA is still getting wrecked. And these top working ABGO is bouncing. Tesla is hanging out. SpaceX is starting to bounce still. S&P right here. Still can't get the 3C confirmation yet. NASDAQ is about to give us a 3C here in about 1 minute. The S&P is just chilling. Right here. 74. Slow and steady. Don't get a payout this week or even next week. Stop expecting a payout early. Don't even look at the balance. Yes, sir. 100% right. 100% right. Where's the day trade signal? Yeah, I just pinged you. So I mean, look left. You'll see the day trades channel. Look at continuation down of NASDAQ fails. Yep. If it does fail, 100%. It's a big if though. But if it does fail, most likely we'll come on down and hit yesterday's lows of 7.17 on ES. But right here is already putting on a 100-point bounce on the NASDAQ, and the S&P is up as well. Right. Tremendous call buying and options right here. Right here. What here? So I want to take the Fibonacci. We have our first Fibonacci coming up on the S&P of 74.41 right here. 74.41 test will give us, if they do, I'm sure the bears will defend 74.41. If we can close 74.41, then most likely we'll get to 74.61. But first, that's a big if. We need to get through it. Already, you're seeing a little bit of pressure from the bears at this area. Will we break high of the day? I don't know. It's a good question. Anyone else experiencing data delays on the TPT live account? I don't know. I currently don't have a live account with TPT, but typically those are pretty good. You're dealing with an actual live feed, so they're the most reliable out of all of the feeds. 10-point top wick on the S&P. NASDAQ is, I think they got to 50%. Right there. Almost. A couple of points shy of the 50%. Right here. $1.4 billion calls purchased. 1 billion put sold. We have a beautiful bottom wick all the way up that's now getting reversed back down as we maintain the lower half of this range. Right here. What do I think of? I already answered that one. Sir. Getting on the best of their Twitter funding or live bank account, whatever that is. Really good bet. 50% Fibonacci rejection right here. That is a 14, 15 point rejection. Looks like it's going lower here on this move. Right here. Right here. I got filled on SPY. Now we rock it. Nice know that, trader. We'll see. That's a pretty aggressive rejection there. Just at 74.40. So that's a massive 20-point rejection instantly and still dropping. The option is still bullish, liquidity is still up, but that is a striking rejection off the 50 Fibonacci. Right here. No, sir, Dolly Longer. No, sir. Oh, ma'am. Oh, no. 27,726. NASDAQ is holding here. Looks like they are going to sweep the low in the S&P NASDAQ. NVIDIA is still getting clapped. They're still dropping. SpaceX is bottom linking and go back up. SanDisk, MU all putting on a bottom link. Everything is kind of hanging out to lose. I'm long the ZC. I'm using day trade, and that is long the ZC. Yeah, so this channel right here. The only is there other day trade channel y'all see? There should only be one trade channel, correct? That y'all see. I keep getting this question about where's the day trade channel. I just want to make sure that it's y'all see it. Okay. I already had a 737 as a target to buy, so I have to stick to my gut. Trading View is not allowing trades for NASDAQ by connecting to Pro Live. Is this one? I don't know. I don't connect to Trading View. I never connect any of my trading stuff to Trading View. So I'm a trader for sweeping rejection still on NASDAQ, dropping back over 74.22, 74.21. That lows of 74.16. Massive call buy, put sell it. We have 27,716 on NASDAQ. Defending the low conditions right here. NASDAQ is 27,705. VIX is skyrocketing up to 19.5. RTY is coming down 29.24 again. They're put on a bottom link after a little bit of a low. Gold is 39.90. Defending the low of the day right there. What's your fib settings again? Which three are you using? I just use the 50 Fibonacci. Am I doing book map today? I am. Yeah. Every Wednesday. So I just use the 50%. I don't use any other the Fibonacci data. So whenever I pull it, that line you see is the 0.5, which right now is sitting at 74.40. NASDAQ is coming out, back and forth, back and forth. $1.5 billion called purchasing increasing. Call, they're still pumping. I'm a sir, by the way. I never know. I never know. We have liquidity on the cliff facing into 17. So it looks like they might try to grab it there. Touch. Get down to 74, 17, 17, 20. Right here. Looks like they're most likely going to grab it. And triggered. So sweeping red candles coming all the way down. We just hit that bottom side liquidity and low of the day on S&P and NASDAQ. Sweeping red candles across the board. That was a massive 30-point top wick on ES after closing a 3C. Now we're coming on down. Looking for a secondary entry with volume. Bear's about to get violated, probably. Yeah, probably. Extraordinary session so far, 27,660 coming down to the overnight lows with volume. ES just filled bottom side liquidity. S&P just got rocked to 30 points. South Korea's government announces an emergency meeting. Huge sweeping top, board still dropping. Add the day trading channel. Let's still see suggested channels. Nice. Bottom wick. Everything getting smoked all the way down. Top wick galore, bottom wicking. We are now defending the overnight low position. If they take this out, probably 27,600 will be next on NASDAQ. We need a high volume wick right here. High volume wick. Volume is coming in big time. But still, the bears are controlling just like they have every morning. Patience, patience, patience. And I highly expect that most of this range will be taken back, if not all of it, on that Fomc. This required dividend. At least until the data was known after data goes. What is the day trading channel? The day trading channel is where I'm showing the trades that I'm taking, but it's only for Discord. I don't call them out for YouTube. 764. %44 in a month. South Korea market crashes. That's crazy. After a month of no stream on my phone, I finally figured out how to unmute. Good to be back. Nice, Kraken. Good to have you back. Finally. Q's chart, my cleanest I could see dropped down even further. Yep. So right now we're defending overnight support and the weekly support as well, down to 600. So this is the theme the whole week. Every week the bears come out and defend the whole morning. And eventually we just have to wait our turn for the bull to buy it back up. Even the far outside the money calls are still jacked on SPX. Yes, sir. 100%. NASDAQ's coming in. A little bit of volume. High. Don't need the 3 Cs. Roughly what that? Let's go to 5. We need at least 682. Another sweeping top wick. So right now the character of the market is to sweep down at all green. All greens are getting top wick. We need that to change. We need the bulls to be failing, not the. We need the bears to be failing, not the bulls, which requires 3C that closes engulfing instead of green top wick, green top wick, green top wick. Change of character. So you don't do 3 Cs on the 1 minute. Negative. I do volume inflow on the 1 minute, and then the 5 minute and the 15 minute is what I'm looking to confirm price action. Calls are absolutely ripping and tearing. 2 billion in calls. But selling off the books. Same setup as yesterday, which is why I'm saying you have to be patient. Be patient. The bulls will defend this move. give you a fantastic buy the dip opportunity, just like yesterday, just like the day before, just like the week before. Patience. Patience. 74.13 S&P. Nasdaq still getting wrecked. Gonna sweep out 603. Have a 30 seconds. Last remaining liquidity on ES is 7,400. Have to get over 680 or so on Nasdaq to get up. Otherwise, that's no longs. Right now, everything is getting top wicked on all-time trend. One up, one all the way to 15. If you want a bearish move into F1C, you need the opposite of this. You need to still drop it at the gate versus back out. Those post F1C moves are notorious for reverses. So eventually this will drift back up into the 1400 time frame. And whatever they 1400 to 1430 will not be countering tomorrow's session. Which is one of my favorite trades to pick for Fomc. They'll always get out and they'll likely move left 100%. Massive small volume, $2 billion on the calls. All you have to do is wait. You need patience. You need patience. At this point, the Joker would guard would be surprised if Force mounts as a rate cut. Yeah. Any chance on going over recent wins and losses? The Nasdaq loss on in yesterday's win, closing on a loss and holding to a potential loss and coming out on top. I don't know if that's a strong basis. Yeah, I mean, 100%. That's the stuff I love to discuss on the stream because that's where we learn the most is when we go back and look at losses and wins and discuss both sides and kind of what you're going through and how to form the trades. The number one thing I can go ahead and tell you because I've only been posting trades again now for a little under a month, about 3 weeks. And the number one thing I can already tell you is that you will not know how to hold the any kind of range. So doesn't matter if it's 1.5 points. I've taken a trade and I'm down 3 points on it, and people are like, "You closing out? Did you stop out already? You closed out of the trade?" I'm like, "I'm down half a candle. What are you talking about?" That's the number one thing I see. So y'all have got to get comfortable, feeling a little bit of pressure as the trade melts. And I'm not talking, 50 points of drawdown. I'm talking 5 or 10 points of drawdown. Then once the price action break starts, you stop out of the trade. Now it's not easy if you are longing the top and you get rejected instantaneously by 100 points. That's not easy to hold. But patient. What percentage is your stop loss on those trades? I don't set a stop loss percentage on my future trades. All of my futures trades are based on market structure. So if I'm buying a low, my stop loss has to be below the structure of that bounce. Because once that structure is taken out, then the trade is invalidated. Now on the options trade, I kind of have to set a percentage stop because no one would do it. But that percentage stop is my best guess on market structure. What happens if market breaks or certain structure? Best guess. Just using, you can use options to analytical tools that tell you when and where breaks are going to hit. Fed will not move today. We'll let the 60 jumps up. Yep. You were so calm about hard in front of her. Yeah. Well, you know, but she's so tight to pass. Yeah, 100%. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a balance here. Not very aggressive. Not very aggressive. Would you ever do a market structure stop loss video? Yeah, 100% I would. I love that kind of stuff, man. That's exactly the type of video I was going to do. Right now, we have a 64% chance of a rate pause, 35% chance of a rate hike. Now, I will say, in the modern Fed era, meaning post 2020, we have never once had a Fed decision that flies in the face with the probability. Never was. However, this is the most bifurcated I've ever seen in the probabilities. Usually by now, it's at least 85 to 90% of a probability of decision. You're now sitting at 64%. Not to say that's going to do it. If I was a betting man, I would place heavily on a pause. But this is the highest probability of a counter decision that we have seen in the last 6 years, which means 35% chance of a hike. If they hike, you can expect extreme volatility. Now, in terms of hiking or pausing or hiking or cutting, I don't know what would happen in terms of bullishness or bearishness. I think everybody would be surprised on the outcome. However, I always say that there will be extreme volatility, like phenomenal volatility, the most volatile FOMC we have had since 2021 type of thing. If they do anything other than pause today, they hike or cut, it'll be phenomenal volatility. So I'm going to ask FIFA, maybe they know. There you go. I never heard the word bifurcate in my life, and now I hear it multiple times a day. There you go. Wife got one the day toilet paper, so every now and then I'll hear the word. I watched the Fed very closely for years, and they will not move on this problem. Yeah, they're not going to move. Yeah, 100%. But if they did, it would be extreme volatility. To keep my losses controlled on a good day, I use OCO 10 up and 30 down. If I'm green, I move the trailing stop. Thoughts? It's not a terrible idea. I mean, like I said, I would rather you do that, Steve, than be one of these jabronis that don't use stops and they get wrecked left and right. All I would say about that is that the problem I have with moving just a set 30% or a set number of points for futures is that you're not basing your stops based on market movement, based on price action. You're setting your stops based on money, which a lot of times is going to lead you to enter erroneously, or I'm sorry, exit the trade too early, or just not a good, well thought out location. NASDAQ still coming down hard. The BTD, so it makes sense for me to buy. Hey, where's Froggy at, man? I wonder if he had his board. Do we need some congratulations in order? It's like 517. NASDAQ is getting top wick back down. We are just took out the weekly low for NASDAQ, which is right here at this green line, 27,603. Just smoked it. This is incredibly bearish open for an FOMC. We're already down almost 500 points since the 0-600 time frame. It's still dropping. Next up, heck, we're looking at 552 or so. Holding him right now, not too early for my Torvalds to learn how to trade. I like it. They put his ear up to the microphone. I will tell him some winning stuff. Gaga Goo Goo buy SpaceX. Gaga Goo Goo. That is a fantastic good routine. All right, this is getting 160 volts from the top. Like here's 170. Way down, baby. Give me a high down. Give me. Me too, bro. I'm just glad, I'm me. Not that short. I mean, let's have spring to wreck my bears for now. Fauci is getting absolutely reamed right now. What's going on with Fauci? I haven't heard of flip-flop Fauci in forever. What's he doing? I really haven't book is going to come down short into life. Yeah, y'all know me, I love shorting, but I need to see a very specific question. NASDAQ is getting pummeled, the S&P is getting pummeled, everyone's getting pummeled all the way down. What do we do today? Of course not. Of course not. Fauci's caught in a Senate hearing, COVID online. Wife won't let me name it on the course. Oh man, that's okay. Go back. All right, yeah, I lost my internet website. It's like always right about now. That goes out. We're already on high wire. It's the funniest thing I've seen. He's literally doing the Dave Chappelle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting a new eval, looking at the passing evaluation using 3C strategy and strategy size. Nice, Dreamy. That is the way to do it, baby. I think so. I wanted to buy put so badly because the explosion of Fomc, I felt puts my plum, and now I'm sad because yeah, there you go. He can up there, Fauci can go do a YouTube after open up all this crap. Or if you don't pay your taxes, you have a $600 federal charge. You have Secret Service. What are the evaluation steps for the 100K? You have to pass the buffer. If I remember right on 100K, I think 3,500, 3,000, 3,500. I'm not sure. Don't check me on that. You have to pass the buffer. You take 5 days to do it. You have 50% consistency rule, which means you cannot make more than 50% of the buffer in a single session. And then after that, you pass. Once you pass, you okay. Do I offer private classes? I do have one-on-ones on the website. So if you would like a one-on-one session, you can go to the website, optionofminer.com, and select the one-on-one option. Before you. And that way, and during that 1 hour, we'll discuss anything that you may have, and if you want to talk about the hour and yours. There we go. Bottom went 27,000. Super. Tremendous amount of call buying, extraordinary. I still am dying on the hill today that they will recover most of this before FOMC. This is how they do FOMC events. This is how they love to do the FOMC events. Yeah, if you want to book an hour to go over swap one, I will do it. I require a high definition. Can we see the face of the one-on-one? I mean, I guess it's kind of weird. If I do a degree, no, it's not that. Nice routine. What is the hero options at? Right now we have $2.5 billion being called purchased. That's 1.1 billion but sold. Back like I never left. What's up, Griffin? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the third. Good to have you back. Hey, it is 9:30. I have to switch over to book that. So yeah, it's Wednesday. You're gonna see this stream pop off and we're gonna be switching over and signing on a book map. I'll post the links in the server. If you're on YouTube, you're gonna see you know, partially this so I can understand. I mean, I've been very large shareholders, so it's not like it's a complete sellout in the situation, but you know, I think the business has done well in this and they're able to you know, cash in stuff.
Roy Cooper's been in politics 40 years, and we're paying the price. Cooper released 35.
Who likes it, man? I took it on this pro account, so I'm gonna lock in the payout today on this Take Profit Pro. That was like a study. You guys like it? If you guys like your bonds, you're like, you know what, FSP, I know you're a natural bull, and yet the selling with the bears, you're still with us. I appreciate you. What can I do for you, bro? Well, very simple. 2 things every day. Hit the like and use my code. That's it. Hit the like button. All right, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Let's try to get over 700 likes, guys. 700 likes. All right.
What the fuck?
I'm not sure if I talked about measure moving in the course. I may have with one of the modules. But it's basically you see me draw it, right? Today I draw that measure move from here to here, and I took it from here. So just rewatch the replay today on the stream, then you'll see how I draw the measure move. So yeah, so like the stream, guys, if you like this, and use my code if you want the maximum discount on bra firms. You're using the code FSP will get you maximum discount. You don't pay 1 cent extra, and you get the maximum discount. Okay. Take Profit Trader with this account here, right? If I can get profit, if it doesn't go all the way back down, I can lock in the pickup. Then this daily payout, right? It's daily payout, and you know, 40% off, no activation fee. So. On that Fomc days, I'm looking for them after they point to one direction. Right now, they sold it down. Ahead of FOMC, like by 2 p.m., I expect them to balance into at least 50% of that move, meaning into this move here. So if we take another leg lower, let's say down here, I'm going to pull the 5th down here, and I'm going to expect them to at least retrace 50%.
Summer is here, and so are the deals. During the Make This the Summer sales event, get a new Ram 1500 Limited for 15% below MSRP. Plus, no payments for 90 days. Don't wait. Stop by today.
The body pod. It's insane. It's so good. Let me tell you about it. Okay, so anytime you jump on it.
I'm just trying to be patient here. If we're gonna come back down that zone again, it might start looking to go long. Maybe. Yeah. That's a fact. But once you go a deep drawdown, like, I gotta get it back. You get all stupid, and then poof, there goes the account. Yeah, 1 micro is plenty. 1 to 2 micros. I mean, Nasdaq's at 639 point range. S&P 102 points. So. No, that's not normal. Unless when you pass the evaluation, they don't have you data for the CME. maybe you normally trade crude or gold. And maybe you don't have data for it. Oh, you always trade NQ? Yes. That was messed up with your platform or something. Have you taken any trades in the Pro Plus? Yeah. All 666 on the Qs? Oh man. Oh, we did. Q's at 666. Back in the day, back in 08, 09, SPX bottomed out at 666. Watch this. Right here. Watch the price point. Back in 08, the SPX bottomed out. 666.79. Oh man. Let's see, are we gonna try to firm up out of here or what? Really the best interest there. I'm not gonna move my target up. I didn't get a good feel on that. Still got the option slow down. It's still screaming up. Even though the market's not going up. Somebody's lying here. Somebody is lying. Yes, gets you get a quick scalp sometimes. Not as quick as the NASDAQ, but you gotta remember too, the ES pays more per point. I think I didn't realize the low was that close. We're gonna dig down here a little bit. Stomach of biscuit eater. So there's a low. I'm gonna probably go. Horrible bill too. No, we're really getting smashed today. Markets are getting smashed. There you go. See a bunch of paper cuts. Then I get that big move right back. Oh man, that's so frustrating. Paper cut, paper cut, paper cut. Boom, back up. I'm still off the session highs, so we're just kind of struggling here until the market can. I just can't short down here in these view out bands. I can't do it. Even if we're gonna go lower, I'll just sit on. I'll sit there and keep trying to buy it until I finally get the bounce. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not even upset today. I'm not.
Nvidia 191, Tesla 302, Amazon 227, Micron 782. Semiconductors keep on getting sold. AMD down 429. Semiconductors, gap up, hard flush. Semiconductors leading the market down, won't give it a bounce. Semiconductors doing it. Same way that semiconductors led the market up, they're leading it down right now. So. One, two, three, four rejections, not a bounce yet. Very interesting. Hourly just broke the low. Unless it's a sweep and reclaim. Hourly broke the lowest here. I mean, how do we reject from like, I mean, just, I think it's, all right, let's look at what the next price of move is, and we just do this one. Daily chart seems to be reversing on a climb up, yeah, but you're gonna see like a reversal candle soon, but right now it's not yet. So, like, just think like these kind of candles are coming soon. These kind of green candles are coming soon, but not yet. They have to panic everybody else first. They have to capitulate everybody first. So, if you trade it through the Liberation Day, Trump tariffs, March lows, remind yourself of those moments, then you'll do better, right? Remind yourself of those moments, then you'll do better. The market is dumping down in micros. It's because the semiconductors are getting sold hard. Like AMD is coming down hard, Micron's coming down hard, SanDisk coming down hard. Like basically, they're unwinding everybody who used leverage to buy semis. Right? They're unwinding all those guys right now. They're getting margin call and everything. And that's why the market is coming down. Like SpaceX, like think about it. People who bought at 200, it was recently almost at 100. So everybody who like, let's say, use margin, they're getting unwinded right now. Right? So the only problem is I need the fix to be at 25 or 28. We're only at 20 right now. SPY still trying to hold. I mean, if we can get the fix at 25, 28 already and get it over with, that'll be nice, but we're only at 19.9. So that tells me we may not be done in the selling. So even VXN tracking the Q is only at 30. It's not even a breakout. So. Yeah, Malik, back then Max 7 used to move the market, and now it's just semis, right? The semi goes down, everything goes down. I mean, it's SOXL 96 right now. So those calls gonna be toast that I got, but gotta hold together, guys. Gotta hold together. For the Bears, they're having a great day, which is great. Congrats to them. Make sure you survive, right? Make sure you survive when it's not going in your type of market. Do we hold this box here? Do we hold this measure move here? Let's see. Carlos, I absolutely, you're right. I absolutely don't like this, but you know, friendly reminder. Remember, we're gonna get a big reversal soon. So you guys who are having a great day on the Bears, honestly, congratulations. Because we do need both sides of the bank, right? This is how the market works, but just be really careful, Bears. If you got swings, we are nearing a point where we're gonna get a massive pump, and you're gonna start seeing on X.com, people are gonna start saying things like, right now, everybody's like, yo, let's go, blah, blah, blah. In maybe like a week or two, we're gonna get like some sentiment saying like, man, this makes no sense. Oil's still up, the war's not resolved, rate hike is going up. Why are we pumping, bro? You're gonna start seeing it. Right now, you don't see it yet because the market's going down, right? And the bulls are hurting, and I feel it. Okay, but we're nearing the end of the sell cycle temporarily. I'm not saying we can't keep going lower. I'm not saying we can't keep going lower, but I'm saying we're nearing a temporary. If this is a bear market, we're nearing a temporary sell. The market comes down, it comes up, it comes down, comes up, right? We got an NQ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight down candles. All right. We're nearing a short term sell. That's what I'm saying. When I'm referencing semis, where I get that information, you can go on any broker and type in SMH. That's like an index for semiconductors. But if you want to look at individual stocks like MU, Micron, AMD, you know, Sandisk, or even like the high flyers, IONQ, those kind of stuff, you just have to type it in the ticker. Right? You just have to type it. You're not trusting this the bounce? Yeah, I mean it's hard to trust the day when they sold every pop, so I mean we'll see. You got QQ calls? Me too, but then they're eating right now. They're eating. So I do have some put hedges, but I took some off. Still have another layer. Another strike, right? So one. So if we can get that hammer today, guys, I don't know if we can. Let's see if they're really bearish, right? The VIX at about 19 hasn't broken out yet, but let's see if Fomc we get a massive panic or we, you know, come down another 300, 400 points. I actually, at this point, I don't know. It sold off too hard ahead of FOMC. I mean, if we held up here and then FOMC we sold down here, then I'll be looking for like a double wake. But the fact that they sold off ahead of FOMC this hard, I'm not sure we get the double wake thing that I'm looking for. So the double wake has got to be around the same price. It doesn't go that much lower. So there's now another setup. So I mean, let's see. I mean, like right now we're nearing 11 o'clock. I mean, if they do what they normally do, they bring it back into balance. We should be heading up to at least 50% of the open. So we should be coming back to 27,000, 720, 740 at least. but we're still 150 points lower right now. So, but if they do,
Everyone everywhere is building software, but the more people build, the harder it is to keep things secure. So we reimagined app building engagement, bringing visibility and control to everything your team ships, no matter where they build it. Build anywhere, ship and retool.
we trade real time, right? So we're just gonna have to make a decision, you know, in the meantime. This one's passed. Very nice. Another pro. It helps cover some of the losses I took on the pros today, but I do have another pro. I really need this pro to hold up here, man. I really need this pro. I want to see it grind up back. I'm gonna try to work this pro count at least into the 680s. Maybe some dips here, but if we break this low again, then it's not gonna work. So, but I'm willing to risk this profit here, so just try to go for a bigger payout. But because the thesis that FOMC after the morning, they take the one direct.
Five minutes and you put in a higher high. We already have a 90-point bounce set up here. It's a $9 lottery, actually. But I like it. I like it. I respect it. I'll tell you one thing for sure, though, RPR, is you're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong. Where's IB stand? Where does IB stand? That's a good idea too, dude. Don't like that. Like that. Odds and a pause are now up to 62%. Great. All right, 27.6. Back to the backs. Across the board. Yes, NASDAQ. The ES does not have a 3C yet. The NASDAQ does. Oh, man. So here, today's gonna have fireworks. Looks like the beginning of the costly day for the SPY. So far, you're right. So far, but give it time. Instead of more comes into the UPI. Can you imagine if Trump comes out and starts putting the FOMC cop? Good afternoon. This is going to be the best FOMC ever. Some would say the best FOMC they've ever seen. Today we're going to pause and greatest pause the FOMC has ever paused. Imagine. Fake news. The Fed's been very ugly to me. This is a fake news file. I can see him go 15. Red tide, 100%. I don't think it would imagine the hit of the yeah, I'll talk about it. I would have had a better Trump impression. Like Shane Gillis' Trump impression would be fantastic. All I have is Kermit the Frog. Unless Kermit the Frog becomes president, not SOL. 27.572. SPFPP. Oh, yeah, 100%. 3.6 billion called purchased. 1.6 billion put sold. Stephen Crowder does a piece of dump truck. Interesting. FOMC committee chooses to follow rates. The best way to do an impressive shop is oh yeah, 100%. I think the sequel to Idiocracy would be, yeah, definitely. All right, so we are basing down at the bottom 27,560 after a tremendously down day. It's just, we all know what happened in FOMC days. It's shenanigans. What are the numbers for the S&P for triggers? Let's take a look. Good question. For NASDAQ here, we have to hold over this 27,575. If you want a little bit more, 620 in this area for the S&P. They've got to close right here at 7,400. But look, I mean, we both just got a 3C long on the S&P NASDAQ, but still they're getting swept. Every single candle so far is getting swept. Every green is top lift. We don't have a single engulfing green candle. They're all top lift. It's just not a great day for buyers yet. Buyers will have their sun. Nice, Steve. Well done. Well done. Fantastic. Perfect. I'll tell you, it's up here. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. The bounce will be violet. Will happen on 150 camera. You're 100% correct, sir. When do you use the 5 minute, there's a 15-minute third seat? When conditions permit. So if I'm taking a swing trade, longer time frames must be confirmed. If I need extra confidence, all time frames must be used. If I'm playing a longer macro level bounce or something or objection, then I'll use longer time frames. One second. Let me-